Hello, thank you for joining me today. My name is Dennis, and welcome to my art channel. Today, we're going to be doing a trademark watercolor painting. Kind of a theme for the past few weeks, past few months, doing watercolor paintings on this channel. It's what I'm into and what I'm comfortable with at the moment. Going right in with my big brush, big wash brush, and some warm colors, some yellows, a bit of orange. I think I'm going in with some blue next, some ultramarine, making a bit of a ocean with watercolor, at least to start. Going into this painting, I don't have a reference like last week. Last week was doing a floral still life. Check it out if you haven't already. But this one is purely abstract, purely from the mind. I guess it's not purely abstract. There is some reference to real experiences within this painting. Not that I feel like it's too important, but painting something like this, I do think of tranquil kind of memories, going to a lake, walk through the woods, those kind of peaceful kind of moments. That said, I am listening to music during this painting process, so perhaps that those thoughts are a bit corrupted by the sound of beats and drums and everything. I'm curious actually what you think. If when you create, do you listen to music? Listen to I know some people listen to podcasts. I've not done that. I've definitely listened to audiobooks in the past when doing like longer paintings, and especially when I was working in class. But I feel like nowadays I'm 50-50. Either I'm not listening to anything and just in the sounds of the work environment, or I'm listening to some music and it's gonna be something kind of fun. Usually it's not anything really low key. I used to listen to a lot of jazz and ambient tracks, but I feel like recently it's been more kind of upbeat electronic music. That said, that kind of stuff, upbeat music, I feel like it would have, it does have an effect on my own kind of emotional state. I feel like that then has an effect on how I'm painting, how my creative intuition is working. If I'm getting into something, I feel like if it's a higher paced kind of music, I might be a bit more frantic with my brush than, like I was saying, like a lower key kind of ambient track. I might just be almost like listening to nothing, just very smooth, flowy, not very not as energetic. In this painting, I'm actually listening to a live concert from EDC Las Vegas. It's a festival in the US. So it's a very high energy kind of music that I'm listening to. So I wonder how much that is conveyed in my brush strokes here and in my painting. I have a very good energy for this painting, so I had a temptation actually to re-record this video. You can see sometimes that the focus goes onto my hand instead of the painting. I forgot to change the focus setting on my camera after taking it out on a family trip last week. But that's fine. Things can't be perfect. I can be a bit of an idealist. I gotta have everything in the right place to be able to get to work sometimes, but that said, perfection is a fool's errand, so I wish this video were a touch better quality, but I hope that it's not too distracting that every so often it flips out of focus onto my hand. But every time my hand's away, it's fully focused on the painting, so you can see the progression over time. And I don't know, something I like to do for all these videos of mine is do a quick kind of scrub through the whole thing, and kind of watch the painting develop as a bit of like a GIF where it's just 3 to 5 seconds and the whole thing comes together. I feel like maybe that's a good idea for a short media type of content, just taking these and throwing them into like a 5-second loop. Something to consider, but maybe that's too short for short content. Who knows? Let me know what you think, if there's anything I think you'd be interested in seeing from my channel, from my work. I like what I'm doing right now. I'm pretty comfortable with these paintings and these Friday releases, but I'm always interested in doing some more. Just has to feel right. Just has to feel right, because I don't want to say that I'm going to do something and then do it one time and then not follow through with it, basically. Like when I first started this channel, I did a few videos. I said that I'd be doing weekly or bi-weekly videos. I did 4 or 5, and then I up and left. I didn't come back because I mean, to be honest, it's because I went back to school and went and got myself an education, so that took a major priority. And I came back to this when things were a little different in life, but at the same time, like when I say that I'm releasing every Friday, I am releasing every single Friday. You will hear from me on some kind of social media platform or on the YouTube page itself if I'm sick or anything and I can't produce a video for that Friday. But you know, for the most part, I feel like this right here is like the baseline of what I do and what I can do and what I like to do, and from here I can do more. But it does have to feel right, just like I'm saying every Friday I'm releasing a video. I hope that if I say I'm gonna do shorts every day, I'll do shorts every single day. I just have to make sure that it feels right, the process is good, that I'm not stressing too much about it, that it feels like a natural part of the daily routine. I feel like it's a lot, but really it's just getting a little better at my filming and editing process on these Friday videos, getting a little faster. And then if I did take it to a smaller scale and do something like the shorts, then it would be easier with the skills that I learned doing all these videos, rather than just jumping right into something that, you know, might be trendy right now, but if I'm not feeling it, then I'm just gonna drop it in a couple of videos. So yeah, that's where I come from on that. And I guess I feel like that's a bit of insight on my process in general, since I mean, like I said, I can be a bit of an idealist. I need things to be kind of in a system, in a way that I can access what I need to when I need it. And if I can't, I need to do some steps to get there before I start working. Sometimes I feel like that leads to some anxiety and, you know, don't start anything sometimes. But that's something to work on, you know, that's something to work on, of not seeking the perfect situation, just, you know, getting it 1%, 2% better and then going to work. Having the limit of how much you can improve, because otherwise it's just like, if you're waiting for the perfect moment, then you're just never gonna do anything, right? So here I am on this day doing this painting, and it's not perfectly in focus, but you know what? We're sticking with it. I think that the painting has merit. I put a lot of my feelings into it. I like these kind of gradients that have developed, especially in the center kind of area with that purple to red to yellow to green to blue. That's a lot of colors. It's a very colorful painting. You can see some splotches where the water has super saturated and bled out. You can see some more linear kind of patterns now that I'm going in with one of my favorite linear kind of brushes. So it's the variety that makes it, the little spiciness that makes it for me. I can't just have the initial, I feel like I did have a bit of a painting just 5 minutes in with the big splotches of color, but it needs a bit more development than that. I feel like this is a pretty comfortable point that I'm at. Maybe it needs a bit more detail in some areas, a bit of simplification in others, but this is a nice point, and as a abstract painting, I do like kind of the feelings that it evokes and some of the layering that it has. And then as what I was saying before of like feeling like a walk through the forest or a trip to the lake, I do feel a bit of that floral, maybe not floral, but kind of naturey vibes, like the purposeful Mother Nature, like when you walk on those man-made trails and the like. Yeah. Let me know what you think. Please let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm always curious what you got to say about these paintings. I feel like people always see something different in these paintings, and I'm always entertaining those kind of interpretations. I think it is a sign of a good art when you can have a conversation about what it means rather than just having it blatantly like, oh yeah, that I don't really want to give an example right now, but yeah, I don't want it to just be like, oh, this is obviously this. I want it to be a little more thought-provoking. I hope I'm able to accomplish that with this combination of strokes, colors, the shapes, the texture on the paper itself, everything coming together. Yeah, I like it. I felt good doing it, and that's what it's about for me. So let me know what you think. I hope that this is inspiring for you to create something of your own. It doesn't have to be painting. It could be any medium. And if I would say, if anything, it could just be a little drawing on a post-it note. I love doing that when I'm not feeling like I can work on something large, but I still have something on my mind that I need to get out on a piece of paper. The cheapest, simplest thing will work. Anything would work. The college ruled paper from class would work. Heck, the printout sheet for your homework can work. maybe use the back in that case, but you get my point. I think just feel free and make what you feel. Little close-ups of this here painting. See all the layers, the difference in all those lines. Some patches of darker areas, some patches of lighter areas. Let me know in those comments what you think. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to catch you in the next one, next Friday. Subscribe if you're new here. Like the video if you liked it. Almost forgot to say that one. All the YouTuber stuff, you know what it is. Well, I think I got through it all. Have a great weekend. That's the one. Peace.